Alright, so I'm going to draw the Tic Tac Toe board in Fusion 360. So if I go to Design, we're good. I'm going to go to the front view. I'm going to make a sketch right here on it. Boom. And we're going to start out by drawing the Tic Tac Toe's front face on the front view. So I'm going to draw this to be 4.5 by 4.5. So there we go, 4.5 by 4.5. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch. And I'm going to extrude this to be 1.5 inches. Okay. The next step is I'm going to put the holes in. So I'm going to select the front face here. And I'm going to use the point tool right here. I'm just going to drop this in someplace. Okay. And I'm going to dimension that point tool to be 1.5. Oops, about to be 0.75 by 0.75. I mean, sorry, not 1.5. 0.75 by 0.75. Okay. And I am going to use the rectangular pattern on that point. So I'm going to select the point. I got the direction over here. I want it to happen 3 times at a distance of 1.5 from each other. So 1.5 3 times. And I also want it to go down. So I want the direction to go the other direction, so I got to drag the arrow down and over to my grid. So here we go. So the distance between all of them should be 3 and then -3, because that's 1.5 and that is 1.5, which makes 3, which means this should be 0.75 and 0.75, hopefully. So I'm going to click OK. So I got my distance on this one is -3 and 3. This one is 3 and 3. And I'm going to click OK. Now if I go to do a dimension on this, hopefully this will be 0.75 as well. Yep. So all those are 0.75. And then this will be good. So I can hit Finish Sketch. I can make a hole on all of these. Now I obviously do not want this big giant monster hole that I am getting. And that one. So I got to do some editing over here. So I want a simple hole. I want it to be a flat bottom. I want the depth of the hole to be 1/8 of an inch. And I want the diameter of the hole to be 1/2 inch. So I got some nice holes there. And I'm going to click OK. So there are my holes, all set up nice. Okay. The next step is I'm going to lay out the grid. So to lay out the grid, I'm going to make a sketch on the front face again. And I am going to draw one of the grid lines like that. Now this grid line should be 1/16 of an inch, very tiny. And the distance from here to here should be 1.5 minus 1/32, 1/2 of a 16th. So the center of this rectangle is going to be lined up perfectly at that 1.5 inch, which divides this into 3 equal sections. Okay, so after you do that, I'm also going to go to the circular pattern tool. and I'm going to select my rectangle. I do not want these lines, so I'm going to hold the control key and click off them. I just want the rectangle lines. And I am going to do a full rotation. And I have to select the center point. So the center point is going to be here, center of that circle. And I want it to rotate 4 times. Boom, 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 boom. So rotated 4 times. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to trim between here. Whoops, got an extra line there. Go back to trim. And I'll just take out all of these notches. And hopefully, when I go to extrude this, it'll select it all at once. If not, I might have to add some lines up and down. We shall see. So I'm going to hit finish sketch. I'm missing a line. I deleted an extra line, so I got to go back to my sketch. So I'm definitely missing a line from here to here. Finish sketch. Okay, and let's see if this will select. That's always the big issue when you do this kind of thing. So it did select, and I want to go -1/16 down. And you see it automatically switched it to a cut. So I like it. And then there we go. 1/16. So that's the Tic Tac Toe. On the top face now I'm going to add a sketch. And I'm just going to use the point tool here to make 2 more holes. I want them centered. So I find the center mark. And I'm going to set them each up to be 1 inch away from the edge. So distance here from here to here is 1 inch. And from here to here is 1 inch. I'm going to hit finish sketch. And I'm just going to drill a hole here. Once again, it's going to be a simple hole. I'm going to select both of those point hole centers. A simple hole. I do want to have a point to the bit, so it's an angular. The diameter for this is going to be 3/4 or 5/8, depending on what your teacher says. And the depth is going to be 4 inches. So most of the way down. After that, purely up to you. But I suggest you do it is we take the fillet tool and we select all the exterior edges. And I'm going to say you want to put at least a 1/16 of a round on all of these edges. I'm just coming around here. You should select all your edges before you input what they're going to be. Because you do want to get them. You don't have to worry about any of the inside edges. That is not an issue. Spin this. I got that edge. That's good. Need this one, and that one. Okay, and these are all also going to be 1/16. All right. I got all the edges rounded a little bit, make it look a little nicey nice. And then finally, we've got our whole thing here. We can go to the top because it is a component, and we can go to appearance. And this is for the entire opponent, or even better yet, the appearance tab needs to get open. It was over here, it's closed. And I'm just going to go down to appearance. I'm going to go to wood solid. And maybe just go to wood and see what we got. What do we got here? a bamboo, ash is possible. Okay, so typically we make ours out of poplar, which is not listed, which is fine. So I would say ash is close in color, although not appearance. Cherry will be closer in appearance, but not color. So I'm going to go with cherry, and we'll say we stained it. So you can just drag the cherry up to the top. Doesn't look like cherry I've found in the wild, but that's okay. It's got a nice grain. And you are good to go with this portion of the tic-tac-toe. So there you go, tic-tac-toe.